Yo guys, what's going on? This is Yoki Man here. Welcome back to another episode of this Football Manager 2021 save here with Man City. And I think maybe we've started to turn things around. Maybe we've managed to work a little bit of magic. It's been a little bit of an upsetting start to the season, but you'll see since the Man United game, things have improved just a little bit. So as you can see, since we played Man United, we are actually unbeaten. I mean, there's two upsetting draws in there, but we are actually unbeaten, and I think maybe we're starting to work things out. We played against Borussia Dortmund. It was a difficult game, and lo and behold, coming straight off the Man United game, we went one down, and I thought, no! But it doesn't matter, because they scored in the 8th minute, and we just absolutely did them. We did them. Aguero and Badej scored right at the end, 90th and 92nd. I went two up top. I'll show you the tactic. Two up top in what I like to now call the Man City just attack. Just bloody attack them. And that's what we did. And it worked. It worked. We got the goals that we needed, 2 of them, and we ended up coming out with 3 points against Borussia Dortmund. We then played against Chelsea in what you would say would be a very difficult game, but we actually completely dominated them. They had 5 shots, 2 on target in the entire game. Timo Werner still managing to score in that. But we had 22 shots and 12 on target. Aguero scored early, and then the usual feeling of 1 goal isn't enough. Werner goes through, but straight after Werner's goal, Sterling scored, and then Aguero again. Aguero still doing bits for us. I'm so glad that we gave him a new contract. We moved on from that to beat Harrogate 4-1 in the Carabao Cup. 2 goals from Ferran Torres, Kevin De Bruyne and Badej getting a goal. Badej still doing bits this season. Then we had a very disappointing 1-1 draw against Leeds United. Tyler Roberts scoring late on. Again, the 1 goal is not enough situation is a feeling I feel in the majority of games this year. If you've only got 1 goal, it's extremely nervous. And they scored late on. Tyler Roberts, would you believe it? And then the same situation near enough against Zenit. We managed to get our goal. Emi Buendia scores it. And then Aleph scores in the 83rd minute. And we just didn't quite have enough. Now, there is a moment, and I don't think I can show you it in the Leeds game. I don't think it'll allow me to show you it. It won't, which is frustrating. If we went through all the highlights, I could. But we went the attack. They scored and we went the attack. I brought on Erling Haaland and went 2 up top. And he missed an absolute sitter. He hit the post. He was clean through, though. He had all the space in the world, although he is coming fresh back from injury. But he managed to smash the post and didn't score. And the computer nearly went out the window. But the most recent game at home was against Burnley, and we did beat them 4-0. Kevin De Bruyne with 2, one of them being a penalty. Sergio Aguero again getting a goal, and Raheem Sterling. We were extremely dominant, fully deserved it. Burnley didn't even cause us too many issues. We today are going to take on Wolves. Now, I played a few more games than usual, and I think we're probably going to stick with that until we get down to the nitty-gritty big games in the season. So now we're going to take on Wolves today, and hopefully we're going to make it back-to-back victories. But as you can see, we've kind of fixed stuff, and this is what we've done to fix it. I don't know why it stopped working what we were doing, because we were really good towards the back end of last season. But we've tweaked some stuff, we changed some stuff around, and it seems to be working. We now have our, what I like to call the second tactic, which is always good for a team to have. Usually free, but I don't think we need free with Man City, because I don't feel like I need a defensive or a counter-style tactic. So we've got the way that we will usually line up, and then we've also got the Man City, let's attack them now. We need to be pumping the ball forward. It needs to be quicker. We need to be getting it to those 2 forwards and playing that way. So we do have 2 tactics now, which is nice to see. But yeah, let's pick the team for this Wolves game and just, hopefully things perk up. But competition-wise, let's look at where we are in the league. We are 11th, but I mean, on recent form, we wouldn't be 11th, and we will shoot up there. I'm not sure we'll win the league this year now, with the way we've been performing. You never know. We might completely turn it around and not really lose many games now until the end of the season. But I don't think we'll win the league now, but I'm not too fixated. We've got that trophy already. We put that in the cabinet. It's locked away. It's got my name etched on it. I would like now for Champions League to be a focus. I'm still very happy with the squad. It's just a case of, can we get them performing week in, week out? Hopefully that's the scenario. We're in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. I wouldn't mind doing a double and picking up another trophy as well, but we'll see how we get on. Right, so we've had to rotate the squad a little bit because this comes straight after, realistically, a bit of a bumpy run for us, and that's a little bit frustrating in itself. So we do have quite a few tied players, and a couple of injuries are cause for concern. Jose Gaya, Buendia, Sterling, De Bruyne needs to be rested. I don't actually think he's injured yet. He just needs to be rested. So it's a little bit frustrating, but it's not the end of the world. This is still an extremely strong squad, and I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic. Depay had a really good start and then tailed off. I'm hoping we can recapture his form now. It wasn't really happy when his form dropped off a little bit. He's missed a couple of really good chances. Now, Ferran Torres can play as a winger, not well, in terms of it's not really supporting his main attributes, but he can play there, and he's been so versatile for us this season. We're just going to play him there anyway. Why not? Free players like tactical familiarity. That's got to be new, boys, because we've been playing this style and this kind of tactic pretty much for the entirety of this Man City save, and we haven't had any issues. We will always press Ruben Neves because he could be a problem for us. What will we do here, though? I tend to always go with what the assistant says. The assistant's fairly decent this year. After games, I don't listen to the assistant, and at half-time, because there's been a few times where I've listened to the assistant and he's given me absolutely horrendous advice. We're going to stick with 2D. We're going to stick with extended for now. If the game seems to be flowing well, we'll come off extended. I still want these episodes to be fairly lengthy and sizable. I'm also now toying with the idea of a couple of live comms per episode. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. I hope you are enjoying the series so far. I'm enjoying it. I'm very much aware that as series go on, the engagement drops off a little bit, but I do appreciate you guys that are still sticking around with the series. Now, my issue here already is we're not really creating anything. Should we run at defence in transition? I'm quite happy with all that. Maybe get stuck in, get on the ball a little bit more. Do you know what? We're going to up our press. I'm going to tell the boys to really aggressively press in this one. We'll see if we win the ball back a little bit more and hit them on the counter, because they're going to try and hit us on the counter. I imagine Wolves will play very much like Wolves in real life, hopefully on this game, and they'll play ultra defensively. So maybe the move to be playing a little bit wider. It looks like we're going to have a lot of space out wide here, doesn't it? It looks like we're going to have a lot of spaces. Memphis goes through, well saved. Looks like we're going to have a lot of space out wide. So we're going to actually go fairly wide now. That's the only change I'm going to make. We're just going to go fairly wide. Because I can see a lot of spots out here that we can exploit. Ward-Prowse now with the free kick. Not the best. We don't have tons of height. We know that already. Free kicks are definitely in corners, not our strong points. But hopefully there'll be a little bit more room out here now with us playing a little bit wider. I might even be tempted to up the passing. I don't like to do long balls, though, on high tempo. Can we score from the corner after I've said that? No, Willy Bolly gets to it, and Otto's going to pick this up. Bournemouth have got Slimani, and they're beating Tottenham. That's not bad news, is it? Knowing my luck, we'll come back here and we'll lose this one. After we've just gone on such a great run, we'll come up against Wolves and we'll lose. But I'm really happy with the way we've been playing off camera. We've certainly turned it around a little bit, which is nice to see, because the form had just dropped drastically, hasn't it? I know we had a rough start to the season. A lot of difficult games at the start of the season, but I didn't want that to happen, did I? I thought he'd played in Aguero there. That would have been beautiful from Max Aarons. He's still to settle in, although I have noticed that Theo Hernandez now has settled in pretty decently. We've still got a few players just slowly settling in, I would say. If that manages to find Aguero, that'd be good. That ball over the top, though, is not going to be our strength today. We didn't know Erling Haaland up top, so Aguero's not strongest there. Memphis, again, taking a bit of a wild shot. The inside forward role on that left-hand side is still a bit questionable on really how it performs, because it hasn't performed greatly so far. Let's demand more. I think we're in control. We just need the goals. Wolves aren't an easy side as Aguero nearly scores it there. It's got to be 1-0, hasn't it? It's got to be 1-0 there. Aguero went really close, but happy we're in control, but we're not creating brilliant chances. Right, so at half-time, it's a bit questionable, this. I'm going to tell the lads I'm not happy, and we're going to change stuff up. Because we're playing wider, we're not going to play through the middle anymore. Because we're playing wider, I want the lads to really exploit these wing positions. So I'm not going to give them too much, but we should exploit it more now that we're not playing through the middle. I'm going to ask them to pass the ball a little bit more lengthy, not pump the ball over the top, but look for the wings now instead of trying to force it through the middle, because that just wasn't working for us. And I think there is a lot of space out wide. You could tell by the formation they're playing They're playing very, very compact, as you'd imagine, probably against Manchester City. They would play. The one thing I don't want us to do is lose the ball there. I actually need to tell the boys to calm down on the press now as well, actually. I didn't think about that. We're going to stop preventing goalkeeper distribution. We're going to sit a little bit deeper, just simply for the fact that I want to invite them onto us a little bit so that we can find more space in behind, because at the moment there is no space in behind. It's non-existent, as Ilkay Gundogan might have lost it again there. Ward-Prowse, Memphis, Rodrigo. I might change Memphis as well to inverted winger so that he's not always sat narrow. I think we need to be wider here to beat them. Maybe fire in low crosses into the box. Ward-Prowse now. Memphis is going to fire another shot. It's not great from Memphis so far, is it? It's not great from the team as a whole, but Memphis hasn't been fantastic. Varane now. We're getting a lot more space out wide. You can see there is more room for these passes out wide, and that's really where we need to exploit them, I think. Really find those passes out wide. That's a lovely passing play, though, isn't it? Max Aarons now. We'll find James Ward-Prowse. Theo Hernandez in Akers. Memphis. That's better. That is better. I am going to change Memphis, though. I'm going to put him inverted winger. Hopefully as inverted winger, he'll do a little bit better now. Memphis is going to find himself on the ball here and just win another corner, really. Aguero's not been great either. So substitutions maybe coming up soon. I want to win this, really, but I've got no doubt in my mind that Wolves aren't an easy side to play against. They've only had one shot, but it was on target. And I feel like they only need one as well. They're only going to need one. So hopefully we can find some space here. We might change Aguero's role. Maybe advance forward now would be better. See if he can get in behind. I wanted to get him on the ball as much as possible, like now. But I think maybe him getting in behind. Theo Hernandez now will hit the side netting. So we will do that. Aguero is going to go advanced forward. And we'll see if that changes anything for him. But he's close to coming off because he's not played well at all. We've not played well in terms of trying to break them down. We've definitely been the dominant side. Do you know what I might do? I might do here. We might go our Man City attack. Now, this will leave us open. There's no doubt about that. This will leave us open. Rodri's more defensive. But I do think that this will give us an opportunity. So Erling Haaland's going to come on there as the deep line. No, he's not. That's what we're going to do. We're going to look to play it wider now. We're going to look to play it wider. We're going to swap that round. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. We're going to actually go for the game and see if we can break them down. This should give us a lot more space down the wings. If anything, though, it might invite a little bit too much pressure on. Memphis wins that back there now. It's what we can do with it. Aguero's sitting too deep, so I need to change that. Memphis. There is more space down that wing. We need to change that. Aguero's sitting way too deep there. Let's put him deep line forward attack. We'll also bring on Laporte for Ruben Dias, who again has had a terrible game. That's all we'll do for now. I'm still tempted to bring off Aguero and bring on Badej, but there's time left yet before we make that change. There's time left, and there's time left in this for us to get a win. I don't want to be bringing boring 0-0s all the time, but it looks like this could be the case. We just need to get a good chance. I don't feel like we've had a great chance because of how deep they're sitting. Oh, Memphis now. That's a good chance, and that's a goal for Memphis Depay. And that's exactly why we've played this formation and we've exploited this formation more than anything. And it's worked. This style of football against them has worked. Now, as long as they keep the same formation, we're going to keep playing like this. There's no reason to change it. I'll probably come off attack, though. Maybe go down to positive. I'm going to keep Aguero on for now. I don't really like someone on the pitch who's got a 6.2. If I'm being honest, I find it a little bit counterproductive. But we'll keep him on for now. Right, so while he's still sat at a 6.2, we're actually going to bring him off. And we're going to bring on Badej. He's just not done anything, has he? I mean, Erling Haaland's not done much since he come on, as Wolves are going to get an attack here, unless we can win it back. Otto now. We will give them space down the wings while playing like this, but I feel like we need to be on top. I don't want to invite pressure. They've stayed with the same formation, so I don't see why we'd change ours as long as they're playing like that. And this is definitely a good option for us to have when we come up against sides like this. Memphis Depay now will win a corner. When we come up against sides that are going to sit really compact and deep, this is actually a really good formation for us to be able to swap to. And a good style of football for us to be able to swap to. Hammer in the wings. Oh, we've scored again. Laporte coming on and getting a goal. Hammer in the wings, causing them problems out wide. And they struggle. They just can't handle it. And there we go. It's 2-0 now. And it looks like it was the correct change to make. We tried to play our way. Didn't work. So we went a little bit more aggressively. And we're going to find ourselves moving up to 7th. which is lovely, and finding ourselves with another win. I mean, even they could get one now. I don't think that changes anything for us. Adama Traore will be saved. It was a free kick anyway. He was offside. And this will be game complete. Manchester City with another victory on the board, and I'm extremely happy about this. Erling Haaland has yet to settle in after injury, but I'm sure there's plenty of time left for him to settle in, and I'm sure he will. But yeah, I'm really happy with this because it showed that creating this second tactic, having a second style that's not just the Man City style, actually pays off. And against these teams that sit deep, we managed to get ourselves a win. 2-0. And congratulations to us. That will be the full-time whistle. A 2-0 victory to Manchester City. And I mean, no frills, but the defensive line played fantastically. We didn't have that last time, apart from Diaz. Unfortunately, Sergio only got a 6.2. We're going to have to address that. But Depay getting the goal. All important. He's been on bad form and now he's managed to bag himself a goal. Really was a good result. Let's take a look. Man City won again. Man City. Was a really good result. Man United winning again. They found a lot of form recently. They're playing a lot better. But Liverpool managed to draw. And what else do we get? We want to check Arsenal. Right, Arsenal won. Wow, Arsenal got 2 penalties in this. Wow, they scored in the 2nd, 7th and 10th. 2 of them penalties. Poor Watford. Marek Hamsik is at Bournemouth as well. That's very interesting. Chelsea won. So, I mean, the race to catch up to these teams at the top is going to be very difficult because of the start we had. But in hindsight, I think we will climb. Top 4's more than good enough for me. I think we'll do better than top 4. I think we'll maybe be top 2, hopefully. But the big key thing is, really, in reality, is how we do in the Champions League this year. And a horrendous start to the year for us. A horrendous start to the season. But we haven't lost since that Man United game now in September. And we performed very well. And now back-to-back games where we've not conceded. And we've scored quite efficiently. So I would say that's good news. Let's push for other cups this season and let's focus on that. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you're new around here, please hit subscribe. I'd greatly enjoy that. There's a few different things coming on FM this week. I can't remember what day this will come out. I bulk recorded these, so I can't remember what day it'll come out. But there's quite a few different things coming, so keep your eyes peeled for that. There's some the Burnley rebuild that I've tweeted bits about. That will be coming this week. It's later than I expected, but I want it to be right, and it's taken me longer to play through, and I'm kind of just now, after FM's been out a little bit, finding a schedule that works, and I'm getting more happier with the schedule, so I appreciate you guys bearing with me. But yeah, take it easy. Hopefully, we continue this form when I see you next time.